at 3D Politics. Once again, on a Monday night, I've got all three of the most important Davids. David Van with SoonerPolitics.org, David Oldham, ConstitutionalGrounds.com, and of course, the unflappable David D'Ambroso. You can catch him at David D'Ambroso on Facebook, and you can always catch me at Tom E. McKay on Twitter.
I love his snuggly he's got tonight, you know.
Yeah. It's my comfort blanket.
I was going to say,
That's what I call
we have to call him Linus.
We've got a story more. Speaking of gluten-free, we got this is the Herald Bulletin from January 16th. Oklahoma lawmaker is intolerant of lactose alternatives.
Yes.
Says here lawmakers this is out of Oklahoma City, lawmakers are considering banning popular alternatives like soy, cashew, coconut, and almond nearly 2 decades after declaring milk the official state drink. Did you know that?
Is that a headline that just writes itself?
Did you? It sure does.
This is an Indiana news outlet wrote this, too.
So, about us. State Representative Jim Grego, he's a
freshman.
He's a wrestler, right?
If you spell wrestler with R.
Okay.
He's a Republican out of Wilburton, Oklahoma. Said the only milk product that should be on the in-state shelves are the ones produced by cows, goats, and other hoofed mammals.
Hoofed mammals.
You know, like those you love. Yaks, water buffalo, reindeer, moose, horses, and donkeys.
Yeah.
I've never been proud
Starting
of
to
a
get
member of the legislature.
Get me some moose milk.
I'm telling you, this is just disgusting.
So it's an effort, he says, to help dairy farmers, and then he says
No.
it will force federal officials to take a closer look at better regulating milk. Let me tell you what, the feds have controlled milk. You heard me go
Yes.
on my
And
milk
the state.
routine. They control what's called the milk allowance.
Yeah.
Not only how much milk you can produce, but how much you can profit from how much the milk you sell at the price they control. There's
Yeah.
very little more control that the feds could have on milk.
Yeah.
It's the old saying,
As you
control the
look at
milk,
me.
control the mind.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying. I mean, all this is.
I'm sorry, Mom. Mother's milk isn't milk. Who knew?
Well, have you seen her hooves?
Well, does your mom does she wear heels? They're kind of like
I'm telling you, soy
They
milk.
click like hooves.
I mean, my little brother could not have dairy milk. Now, I'm okay with Greg who calls it, to say it's not dairy if it's not. Okay, fine. But to say it's not milk is asinine because it makes every one of our high schools and colleges complicit to undermine state government because all our biology books refer to plant milk as that, plant milk. It's just asinine.
I think we should, especially at the elementary school level, let's go ahead and solve once and for all the plural of milk. I mean, isn't that always a problem? Are you
milk,
doing?
isn't
Can
it?
I get 2 milks, please? I mean, is that really a thing anymore?
No.
But I mean, do you want your milks to come from a moose or a reindeer or a yak?
Oh, this is just silliness.
Well, you can't have mozzarella unless it comes from a yak.
No, I'm sorry. Farmers, don't buy this line. This isn't for you. This is for the dairy operation that you're bound to determine. You have to sell all your stuff to there. You can't sell this thing as raw milk to your neighbors. I used to go, when I was working wheat harvest in western Oklahoma one year, I'd go out to the farmer and he'd give us this raw milk. I tell you, that was the best. You always get that top one. It was so rich in butter fat.
Oh, yes, it was.
I'm going to say you're a Jordan of milk.
so good.
David Van.
I tell you what, and yeah, this is the thing. It's not just it has to be dairy, but it has to be pasteurized.
Right.
And homogenized. It has to be special that
Catering
only
to the French
these.
lobby.
Well, now this
These
is just
official
for the
classes.
name. Only those things can be called the name, right? And see, the problem is that you get into redefining the dictionary.
Yeah.
And
It's just asinine.
that's just
The dictionary's an evolving document.
Yeah.
If you had
but
any
we have
class
to,
or
we,
education,
we, ha-
you know
we,
that.
we are working on a special
See.
Oklahoma version just because of our state our state Supreme Court
Trailblazers.
and this legislator and things like that.
Ozempic, though, has a thing where if you are allergic to Ozempic, don't take Ozempic. So why don't you just put on the milk carton, if you think soy milk comes from a cow, don't drink soy milk.
Yeah, it's just like on the non-dairy creamer, they've got a disclaimer that says does not contain any dairy product. Okay, fine.
Aren't we good yet?
Yeah, this is just asinine. And this is pandering.
Well, the other problem
less
is-
are the the milk makers going to make on their allowance for forcing us to label these things?
Yeah.
I'd feel a lot safer with a label.
Look,
That's all I'm saying.
The worst part of this is it's pandering for campaign contributions from Big Dairy.
Okay.
That's
How
right.
cynical,
I
David
still
Van.
don't
Really?
understand how they're gonna how it's gonna help them so much. But the point is that it's the entire thing is ridiculous because we're just gonna quibble about words. But the real thing is he's making it. You can't call unpasteurized milk when it is. I mean, raw milk is still milk.
He's pandering for the cow vote. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, no, the pasteurized cow vote, and some of us drink only raw
Yeah.
milk
You can't
and
count
things
on
like
the
that.
Guess who
either.
drinks the
You
raw
know-
milk?
You know what, Tom? You're Cherokee part, right? You
All
have
the way.
Cherokee to claim it. Sorry,
Yeah.
Elizabeth. You and me, we're not. You and I could both drop TP, right? And it might look similar. They probably both stink. But, but I can't call mine Indian art. You can, according
Yes.
to our legislature. Now, that happened back in 1991, I believe.
No, yours is called cultural appropriation.
Yeah. Except that the U.S. Supreme Court threw that out and said, no, you cannot do. It's all Indian art, depending on what you're drawing the art of, right? And this is that same kind of misguided thing where they're trying to exclude many classes of milk. Yes, milk, science. You're a science denier, Grego. A science denier. All right, I got it out of my system.
Well,
I'm
all
sure
he
your
wants to do-
logical argument has convinced him.
all he wants to do is force those that don't produce milk from a cow to pay more money to label and go through more it's more government regulation.
And it's unique to Oklahoma. In fact, in actuality, what they should be doing is forcing pharma, vaccine makers, and things like that to provide the safety studies and things like that for people here in the state and protecting us rather than actually, just.
You're hijacking my topic now. We're not talking vaccines.
Well, no, the point is
They
that
don't like
it would be
regulations
legitimate
on
if
their
it was for
regulations.
something legitimate.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, it's unfortunate that this insult to the constituents comes from a Republican, because here, Danone North America, who owns everything you ever get dairy, Silk, it's called Silk, So Delicious, Horizon Organic, Dannon, Oikos. Their statement said, today we communicate on our products in a way that avoids confusion between dairy and plant-based, making clear references to dairy and dairy-free, like you were saying, or plant-based alternatives as appropriate. Clearly, the producers of these advanced products know how smart the audience is,
Right.
And this Republican has no idea how he's insulting everybody.
I wonder if this is even going to make it to a hearing in committee.
No, he's getting
What?
a pat on the back from his cow buddies.
Yeah.
Casey Murdoch state steak last year. I thought it was the most asinine thing.
And
But
it sailed.
it was grandstanding. Nobody was willing to vote against it.
Right.
This is just asinine.
Anyway, that's from the Herald Bulletin, Oklahoma City.
No, that actually came out of Indiana. The Dateline's Oklahoma City, because that's where the story's happening at. Yeah, I'm hoping Bill O'Reilly or some of these national people pick up like they did the hoodie bill and shame our legislature.
I thought Bill O'Reilly was. I thought he was executed for crimes against the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
It's in the
Somebody.
He's making a
We
comeback.
need-
He's making a comeback online.
From the dead, apparently.
It's in a book called Killing Bill O'Reilly.
We need all.
Actually, he just wrote a book on Trump.
That's his
wrote-
37th book on his timeline.
There you go.
We're only
Killing
at
Trump
22
and
now.
the Secret Service came paid him a visit, right? But no, we just need to shame these horrible pandering things, all for lobbying money for campaigns.
Shame's very effective. We tend to throw away the tactics of the left just because obviously they're abusing it and using it for what we'd find to not be very productive ends.
Yeah.
But shame is effective, right?
Sure it is.
Shame that you don't know more about the Constitution. Shame that 2% of the electorate maybe knows about the laws. And this is where politics and culture come downstream from the populace. That's why the cops don't know. That's why the judges don't know. Prosecutors, politicians don't know. Because, you talk to enough voters like I do, thousands of them, and maybe 2% of them know about anything that's occurred in the legislative schedule.
We've
Right.
got a resource here. We want to know what the voters think.
Well,
Ambroso
I do
talks
want to
to
bring up. I have an aside here before we got to.